Well, we've talked about it, that's for sure, and we've tried to stimulate our memory a little bit about how embarrassed we were on the performance that where we put forth in that game. It was an emotional game, and we just didn't perform to the task that we were presented with, that's for sure.
Did you look back at that game almost as a turning point or a bit of a wake-up call for the guys?
Well, it was one of those where enough was enough, and this wasn't going to be allowed to continue to go on at this rate. And we made a conscious effort to display some of the things that were happening out there, and I guess did a lot of review in a lot of ways.
From what you've seen, Randy, in your pre-scout, how different do the Bruins play without Chara?
I don't think they play that much different at all. I think they play the same system. I think that obviously it's a different look when you don't have that huge weapon on the back end, but I think they're 5-0-1 or something since his injury, so it really hasn't changed their success rate. I think what it's done, it's forced some other people to raise the level of their game, and the one thing you can take from it is that it's just not one person that makes up a team. And they play their system to a T, and they're not going to change what they do, and they're asking different players to step into their lineup, and the players have accomplished what the goals that they've been put in front of them.
Randy, what's the key to a good start? I know it's been mentioned before, but the last few games falling behind early. Time for a hula hoop contest, a basketball contest type thing?
I don't know if that's what's called for. We'll figure something out. We haven't got that specifically planned for tonight, but again, there is some responsibility that has to be borne by the individuals that are involved. You know, and it is one thing that we've stressed, and we're not real happy with giving up the first goal in the numerous games as of lately, and you cannot continue to have success if you're going to do that. Statistics will bear that out over the course of the season, and you'll see that it'll be over 70% of the teams that score the first goal usually end up winning the game.
What kind of dimension has Santarelli added? Anything different than you might have expected?
No, not really. I think that we had the versatility of him playing at center, and what we've done is we've moved him from center to the wing through necessity with injuries, and now we seem to have found a little bit of a fit with Holland, Komarov, and Santarelli as a trusting line, and they have been able to go out and provide offense. But again, it's an ongoing process here. We're 10 games or whatever that we are in the season, 15, whatever, I don't even know the number, that, it's an awful early to have any proclamations of what we are. We've got a lot of work ahead of us and a lot of games to play and a lot of points that are going to be made available to us that we're not going to make any grandiose statement of what we are, that's for sure.
Is Daniel Winnick going to play tonight?
I haven't actually talked to the medical staff before I came in here, but everything's pointing to him being available, so I don't know if there's anything different.
Is there much concern, even though you've been winning with some of the high shot totals against, or?
There always is. For sure there is, And it's, again, it seems like there's one period that we seem to get away from it, and it might be just protecting a lead. You know that when you're on the road, you know that if you're in a lead position, usually you're going to see a much more aggressive team come out at you. I'm sure if you saw that, if you took the stats throughout the league, that happens. If you're down by a goal in your own building, usually the shot total normally is sizably favorable in your behalf in most situations. But for us, it's staying out of the penalty box. Don't take straight penalties. If you start to give teams multiple opportunities to play on the power play, then the shot totals usually do go up, and then it takes momentum away, and some people don't get to play, and because usually our power play guys aren't penalty killers in a lot of situations. They might be part of it, but they're not front and center.
Booth's staying out with the group, is that a positive sign for him?
For sure. It's the first time he skated with us and since the injury, so everything is pointing to him starting the process, but he's those injuries are something that you have to be careful with, and we want to make sure that we're not going to put him back in any situation early,